And if I told you that at this very moment, you might not be alone, that perhaps there are other eyes following every movement, not of judgment, but of a perception that challenges everything we know. The Spiritist doctrine, based on the works of Allan Kardec and the communications of spirits such as André Luiz, reveals a profound enigma. Those who have departed maintain a connection with us. But how do they see us? Is it like a silent film, or do they see much beyond our skin, capturing the secrets we keep even from ourselves? The answer is frightening and changes everything.
To understand this gaze from the other side, we need to dismantle a crucial idea. Spirits do not have fleshly eyes. It seems obvious, but what this means in practice is revolutionary. The key to deciphering this mystery lies in a concept you will hear repeatedly: the Perispirit. Allan Kardec, in the Spirits book, asks the spirits directly how they see, and the answer is that sight is a property of the soul, an inherent perception of the spirit, which manifests through its spiritual body, the Perispirit. Imagine that instead of two eyes, your entire being were a great sensor. It's more or less like that.
The spirit André Luiz, through the psychography of Chico Xavier, gives us details of falling into the books of the series Our Home. He describes that the spiritual vision is a kind of radiation. They do not depend on the light of the sun or of a lamp. They emit their own light, their own vibration, and see through the contact of that energy with the surrounding world. It is as if their thought were a lighthouse. Wherever attention goes, the vision follows. A concrete wall is not an obstacle. The darkness of the night does not exist. They see through things because they see the energetic essence of matter, not the matter itself.
Now, hold on to this. If their vision is like that, what do they actually perceive of us? They don't just see your tired body after work. They see much more. They perceive the colors of your aura, which is a direct reflection of your feelings and thoughts. A fit of rage can project flashes of red and black around you. A wave of deep sadness can create an ashen grayish mist. A moment of peace and sincere prayer can generate a golden and bluish light. To a spirit, you are a show of lights and emotional colors, and this is automatic and involuntary on their part. It is the basic language of the spiritual world.
This means that your entire inner world is exposed? In large part, yes. The elevated spirits, as explained by Kardec, have a vision of the whole. They understand your struggles, your fears, your bad actions, but with a compassionate understanding, because they also see your causes, your past, your deepest intentions. Those spirits still very attached to Earth, with whom we can have more frequent contact, have a more limited and focused vision on what interests them. They are drawn by resonance. An obsessive spirit, for example, can be so focused on their energy of revenge or their addiction that they practically only see that in you. It is like an addiction of attention. The rest of your life, your good moments, they can completely ignore. Think about the last time you felt that look over your shoulder, that premonition. It might have been precisely that momentary synchronicity, a spirit passing by and being drawn in by one of your thoughts, strong and full of emotion. And this leads us to the next step in this terrifying climb. Because if they see us through our emotions, this means that we, with our thoughts, are literally calling for them all the time. What then attracts a spirit specifically to you? What makes some of us seem like true beacons in the darkness, while others pass almost unnoticed? The answer is in the strongest magnet that exists in the universe, and it's not a secret. It's what's within your heart. So, if we are these beacons of emotion, shining in the darkness of the spiritual world, the question that burns is, what exactly makes a spirit stop and look at us? Why do some of us seem to have a constant audience, while others live in apparent spiritual solitude? The law that governs this is as precise as the law of gravity, and the spirits, through Kardec, call it the Law of Affinity. It is a fine-tuning, an invisible magnet that attracts the like-minded. Have you ever felt that instant connection with someone, as if you had known each other for centuries? In the spiritual plane, this attraction is the fundamental rule of relationships.
Allan Kardec, in the Book of the Mediums is categorical. Spirits connect with incarnates by the similarity of thoughts and inclinations. This means that their habitual state of mind is like a radio station emitting a specific frequency, and the listeners of this radio are the spirits that vibrate on the same note. Think of love, the most powerful bond that exists. A mother who departs does not lose her son in sight. Her love creates a luminous cord, a true thread of connection that allows her to follow, within the limits of divine permission, the steps of those she left behind. It is a full attention filled with affection, a loving vigil. But affinity does not reduce to pure love. Here is where things get serious. Your hatred, your fermented anger, your obsession with a person, your uncontrollable addiction, all of this also emits a frequency, and a strong, low frequency. Spirits that are still trapped in these same negative passions are irresistibly drawn to it. It's as if you, on a day of pure rage, lit a flashing neon sign for all the angry spirits in the region. A compulsive gambler, submerged in the vibration of despair and greed, can attract a veritable crowd of spirits who share the same misery, forming a heavy, diseased spiritual environment around him, as describes André Luiz in Our Home when speaking of the liminal zones.
But what about the superior spirits? Do they observe us? The answer is yes, but in a totally different way. They are not attracted by our pain or our vices. They are attracted by our potential of light. A genuine moment of prayer, an unassuming act of kindness, a sincere effort to improve. These acts emit a high, clear, and pure frequency. It is like a soft melody in the midst of chaotic noise. Missionary, mentor, and protective spirits tune into this frequency to assist us, inspire us, and sometimes protect us from the lower influences that we ourselves attract. They see the divine spark in us, even when we ourselves cannot see it. This puts us before immense power and a terrifying responsibility. We are not passive victims of a random spiritual gaze. We are, to a large extent, the architects of our own invisible audience. Every thought we nourish, every feeling we water, is an invitation. And this raises the last and most intimate of questions. Amidst this constant audience, do we have any privacy? Is there any corner of our life, any secret thought, that is truly safe from this gaze that penetrates everything? The answer will touch upon the core of what it means to have free will in a universe where you are never truly alone.
Then we arrived at the final question, that which touches on our deepest desire for intimacy. In a world where we are constantly perceived, does any secret corner of the soul remain? The answer of the doctrine is a liberating paradox. Yes, we have privacy, but it is not given by walls or silence. It is earned through elevation. The superior spirits, those guides and mentors we spoke of, absolutely respect our free will. They see our potential, our struggles, but do not pry into our most intimate thoughts out of morbid curiosity. Their vision is compassionate and respectful, focused on assisting us in the essential, not controlling every detail. However, for spirits still attached to our passions, privacy is a matter of tuning. They only see what attracts them, what resonates with them. Their darkest and most secret thoughts, if strong and frequent, will be like a cry that they will hear. But their moments of pure reflection, of honest doubt, of silent love for someone, these subtle vibrations may go unnoticed by them because they are tuned to another frequency, lower and louder. True privacy, therefore, is not in hiding, but in elevating oneself. Sincere prayer, a firm desire for good, create around them a spiritual atmosphere that acts as a sanctuary. Disturbing spirits simply cannot tolerate this environment. They withdraw, blinded by the light. In the end, the great revelation isn't that we are being watched, it's that we are in constant relationship. The spiritual world is not a distant audience, it's an interconnected community with us, where we exchange energy all the time. How do spirits see us? They see us as we are on the inside, without masks,
And this might be the greatest invitation to transformation that we could receive. Because if we are seen by our essence, then the only way to change what is seen is to change the essence itself. The journey, after all, has always been interior, and now you know that you never did it alone.